Sobriety is stupid. What's going on, everyone? My name is Tyler, and this is my vlog. I hope that you all have had a good week, and I'm glad that you're here. My week hasn't been terrible, hasn't really been great either. As some of you may know, if you do happen to be technicians that watch this, you know that, well, sometimes work can suck. Like, really suck. And it really ends up 9 times out of 10 coming down to the customers. Not throwing anyone who's owned a car under the bus, but when you guys don't show up and you guys don't want to buy, let's just say an air filter, that in the long run does kind of hurt us, because that's our livelihood. 9 times out of 10, we're not getting paid to physically be there. We're not hourly. We get paid car by car, and shit happens. You know what? I don't blame you. Money's tight. It's a crap economy right now, and like I said, can't really blame you. But what I can get angry about are asshole customers. Case in point, just got a call from one of the people I work with, calling me disputing a situation with a customer with a Nissan Xterra. That's going to be the extent of the knowledge that you're going to get in regards to this particular situation. The guy came in saying that, oh, he just needed a cable end replaced. If it was that frickin' easy, you could have done it easily yourself. Because that's all it is. Take off one piece. The way that these wires are set up, you can easily bolt on a secondary cable end, and boom, you're back on the road in no time. Well, did that. Went to go turn the car over. Turn the key on. All the lights light up. Everything on the dash is good. Try to turn it over. Nothing. You hear the sound of the plunger kicking out, making contact and everything, shooting the starter rod to the flywheel. It's just not spinning. That's a normal indication that you need yourself a frickin' starter. Well, wham bam, thank you, ma'am. Put a starter in there. Darn thing started up. Just got a call from, again, someone I worked with, and apparently they're trying to dispute this. Now, I'm going to go on record as saying that's crap. Because, again, turn the key on, not to the run position, just to the on position, and everything lit up, indicating that there was power, there was ground, there was stuff going through the computer, body control module, everything was happening there. Just the starter wasn't engaging because the starter was crap. If you say that you need a negative wire, that has nothing to do with the starter whatsoever, because the starter itself is grounded out to the rest of the motor because of how it's set up. It's only getting a main power feed from the battery to the starter itself, and then when you turn the key on to start the car, there's a secondary wire that through the starter switch, the key, it engages that, and then it kicks in the plunger, and then these two pieces meet, allowing battery voltage to go from point A to point B from that main power source, and boom, your car started up. So their starter was crap, and they're just trying to get more money from where I work for free. Almost had to slip up there. That was bad. Anyhow, I hate people like that. They're stupid, and they try to give us a bad name when all we do is try to go there and do an honest day's work. I've seen and I've heard about people that just try to make money. They will try to sell brake parts and go get some brake fluid and pour it everywhere just to say, oh yeah, this is leaking, that's leaking, blah, blah, blah. You need to replace these parts. I'm not an underhanded crook. I don't do that. If a car comes in and I notice a problem, I'm going to make it known. Your check engine light was on when the vehicle came in. You had these other lights that were on when the vehicle came in. When I did the inspection, I found these problems that you should probably be concerned of. I don't try to make problems. I don't try to make money based on that. The only way I try to make money is by doing an honest day's work, and that's with my mitts and the tools that I have available. So when people like that, for lack of a better term, it grinds my gears. Anyhow, let's move on to something a little nicer, shall we? I'd like to say thank you to my boss, Chris. Hey, I'm still talking about work. Weird. Anyhow, yeah, I want to make a shout out to my boss, Chris, because of comic book guys. Sometimes you hate them. A lot of the times you love them. mainly the reason that you end up hating them is because they end up being those buttholes that are like, oh, the continuity in this film is going to be crap, blah, 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 blah. Believe me, I've heard so much crap about the new Spider-Man, the Amazing Spider-Man, and you know what? It's going to be its own standalone movie. I'm sorry. I know it's close to the franchise. It's technically a reboot of the franchise, but at the same time, it's not. The first three movies were Spider-Man. This one is the Amazing Spider-Man. It's technically a different thing. This Spider-Man, he has to make his own webbings. That's why he's got the reverse Rolex. But I mean, the original Spider-Man, he was able to make them from his wrists. That was part of the spider bite that changed him. It gave him the ability to make his own webbing. This particular storyline, not so much. That's the thing I love about comic books. People, you have the creators that will do this stuff. They kind of change it to their own will. Make it better, make it worse. It really just depends on what storyline you're wanting to go with. But I digress. I kind of hate Brandon for this reason. Not the person, so if you're watching this, don't think it like that. I'm talking about the area. I'm a comic book reader. I read Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and I was really excited about this series because I'm 25 years old. When I was born, TMNT was already out, so really didn't have that chance to collect those things. And yeah, I had the toys growing up, and things were awesome, but just a few. Nothing crazy, unlike my Transformers collection that I showed you guys last time. What I'm collecting now are the comic books because I really wanted to get into the story. And when I found out that IDW was doing it, I was all for it. This got me really excited. I wanted to see what they were going to do with it. And so far, I'm not disappointed. They've stuck with the storyline fairly well. They've adapted it to modern times. They've introduced a few new characters, gave you some teasers for a few characters, and they've reinvented a few. And I was really excited about it. So when one of the last times that I went to the comic shop, not today, I picked up the newest issue of TMNT, and I go, whoa, whoa, hold on, hold on. Last time I was at issue 9, this is issue 11. Where's 10? Apparently I missed issue 10, and I finally figured out why I missed issue 10. It's because of Brandon, this area. People are all butt crazy about the Shredder. Shredder's awesome. He's cool. He's the main antagonist in this particular series. And issue 10 was the first appearance of the Shredder. And because of that, I was one of the unlucky few that couldn't get my hands on a copy of TMNT number 7 or number 10. And just talking about this with my boss, I'm like, hey, just out of curiosity, have you stopped by your comic shop that you go to recently? Because he lives all the way out in Sarasota. And I asked him, he says, no, I haven't gone yet. Well, and I said, well, cool. If you are planning on going anytime soon, can you keep a lookout for issue 10 of the TMNT series? And he said, sure. And then I'm working one day, and he calls me up. And because I know who it is, I call it up. What do you want? Wait. Prop. What do you want? Sorry, I thought that was going to be funny. Anyhow, he calls, or I say that, and he's like, listen, you ever answer the phone like that for me again, I'm never helping you out with comics. Oh, I'm sorry. What's up? Well, I have it here. Okay, cool. Here's the question. Which cover do you want? Chris, if I wasn't in this situation, I wouldn't be asking you because I don't know what covers there are. Could you possibly explain them to me? And because he's, again, a comic book guy like me, the only way he knows how to explain it is, all right, well, we got the one where he's walking towards the camera like Wolverine, and then the other one where he's, again, looking like Wolverine just over this shroud of ninjas under him. And I'm like, okay, which one's cover A? The first one I mentioned. Okay, I'd like that one. A lot of comic books, or especially in the IDW series, are putting out multiple covers because people like options. Some people like the dressed up versions. I like the covers that actually match the art, which with this particular series, admittedly, isn't that good, but I'm not reading it because of the art. I'm reading it because of the storyline. It's good. I like it. It's a whole new take on it in certain aspects. It's not going to be a Michael Bay, they came from frickin' outer space, which I still am seriously saying that he's not making nothing more than another thing of Biker Mice from Mars. If you guys happen to remember what that is, rock steady. Anyhow, but yeah, he picked it up, and I'm very thankful for him for this, and here it is in all of its awesome glory. And as strange as it is, I think the thing that gets me giddy the most is not how Shredder looks, but the fact that they were able to get the shine right for the claws. Continuity. I'm like retard strength in regards to finding out continuity flaws. And that's one of them. If I see something like that, I'm like, the shading's not right. If the light source is coming from here, why do you have a secondary light beam coming from here? But, yeah. So, when I got that, I tore into it, and I'm like, holy crap, this is awesome. Because they're also bringing in a new, or what I want to say is a new aspect. I'm not 100% sure. Past lives. Technically, all the TMNT guys, including Shredder, are reincarnated. I kind of like that. It's almost Buddhist, in a sense. Slightly Buddhist. And I like it. Reincarnation. You die in one life, somewhat honorable, come back as a rat. Your children get killed off, they come back as turtles. Main bad guy comes back, or dies, he comes back as an even bigger bad guy. How does that work? Someone please explain to me Buddhism. This is a strange, strange thing, because I can't wrap my head around it, and I'm sure a lot of you can't either. So, Yoshi, if you're watching, please explain Buddhism and the whole reincarnation thing. Because, yeah, kind of stupid. And again, I don't think they were Buddhist. I'm sorry, I'm rambling. But you know what? That's what I do. You know what it's time for? Another shot. Here we go. By the way, these shots have been brought to you by Kraken Spiced Rum. Tastes a little like Sailor Jerry. Not 100%. It's halfway decent. Caitlin thinks that she's going to be getting this bottle back when she's done, but ha-ha! This bottle's too cool. Too cool for school! Still on the issue of comics, again, I stopped by the comic store today to pick up my weekly thing, which I finally got around to saying, hey, comic book guy, because I don't know if he wants his name mentioned on this. Probably doesn't even know that I do this. Anyhow, I said, hey, comic book guy, who I'm going to call S, I need to make a pull list. Okay, cool, let's make you a pull list. Because of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles issue, I figured, screw it, I'm going to make a pull list. But anyhow, I made my pull list, and I started collecting the other comics that I knew I was going to need. Well, guess what today was? Today is the 100th issue of The Walking Dead. And because of this, there are a slew of different covers, apparently, that are available for it. So many that I even had to stop myself and go, oh, crap. Oh, crap. The only reason I was saying, oh, crap, is because, well, with the issues leading up to it, because how they do it with The Walking Dead is they give it a sub-series title. This particular one was called Something to Fear. And as you can see, it has so far a couple of people depicted with what's going on. You got the actual thing, Something to Fear, the subtitle for it. And I'm looking at that going, okay, well, that technically actually goes with the series, but all these others are pretty awesome. I mean, it's the 100th issue. You got to make a good decision with this. But I decided to go for this particular cover just based solely on the fact that I haven't read it yet, so I'm about to expose myself to some photos just opening it up. But it's a full wraparound, as you can see, and you might not be able to see it all, but at the bottom, a majority of the dead bodies that are there are from Rick's crew as they've been going through this 100 issue series. So all of those people there are previously fallen characters, fallen heroes, fallen villains, just a slew of bodies. And I think that's what they're trying to explain with that cover is, you know, going through a post-apocalyptic world, and in this case dealing with zombies, you're unfortunately going to be losing some people. And yeah, that's kind of hardcore for me. So there you go. But yeah, that was the hardest decision of my day. The others were that cover, that cover, that cover. Ugh. But yeah, that's pretty awesome. I like that. I like what they did with this 100 issues special, essentially, because there were a bunch of different ones. A lot of them dealt with either pretty much were centered around Rick and Michonne. So there was one. I think there might have been one, if not two, of Rick and Michonne back to back. One single one with just Rick, like that one. So possibly another one, and then one, if not two, of Michonne. You had the one that looked that was continuing with the Something to Fear thing that they were going on, but I'm so excited for this, only because a comic book guy decided to inform me this is a big story someone, a major main character in this is going to die in this. So that's going to be interesting to see. So I'm kind of losing my proverbial sheet, but yeah. One more shot. Giggity, giggity, giggity. Alright, well I think that about wraps it up for the day. I hope that you guys have enjoyed this little video that I've done, again with my nonsensical rantings that I've been known to produce over the past 12 vlogs. This is number 13. Kind of cool, for me at least. I've never really stuck with anything this long outside of a relationship, so. But I really do hope that everyone enjoyed yourselves. If you are a first-time watcher, please feel free to subscribe. If you are a multi-time watcher and you have something to comment on this, please let me know what you think in the comment section down below. Outside of that, I hope that you all have a great day, and see you guys next time. Ooh, that's spooky.